All right, so it's not recording. What is going on, guys? I want to welcome you to our Q&A session. First and foremost, we want to thank you guys for submitting all of the questions that you have. We thank you for asking for any tips or any advice from us. Now, tonight we have the whole team here, and we're finally going to answer those questions for you guys. So, I'm Josh, the CEO of this amazing program, and the rest of my team, we're going to introduce themselves. And
Hey, I'm Juan.
What's up, everyone? I'm Tanvir.
What's up? I'm Adam.
yes, sir. So, like I said, I want to thank you guys for submitting all those questions. We're going to go through every single one and we're going to answer them to the best of our ability. And we hope you guys can benefit from this video and we hope you guys are happy with the answers that we give you and the advice or tips. So, first off, we're going to get this started. We're going to start with the first question. What made you want to start the program? So, I'm going to answer this question, obviously. The reason that I really started this program was because I felt like it was hard to find a mentor these days. Personally, I wanted to find one for myself, and it was very difficult. I tried searching online, tried asking around for different people, and it was just so hard. So I felt the need that if I can start something where I can find a few people that I trust that could be mentors and help out the local community, help out kids or even people my age, it'll be very beneficial. So that's the main reason behind really starting this program. And I really felt like it was my duty to help the community or do whatever I can because I really have a strong passion for helping people and just creating opportunities for others. And I really felt like that was something important and something great that I could do. So that's the first question. Second one is what leadership skill do you feel is the most important to have? So if any of you guys would answer that question there, you can feel free to.
Leadership.
What leadership skill do you feel is most important to have?
I think communication, and I don't mean like in terms of like how well spoken you are, just like, kind of like how you listen to others and how you like go about others, because that can like communication, like it also leads to like connection, inspiration, guidance, and assurance. And let's say like if you wanted to tell, like you're a leader, let's say if someone's doing something wrong and you want to tell them like, oh, you can do this better and that requires a lot of communication. So I feel like with the leader, you need to be able to communicate with people.
I would say understanding. A lot of people who are put in leadership positions and they never even been through the things they're telling their employees to do. For example, Zach Zuckerberg, he started from the bottom, so he could tell the tech guys how to do that job because he's been through that. And as opposed to people who've never been in those shoes. So try to be understanding on the position that the other people are in, especially if you don't have the knowledge on it. And, just be passionate about what you do and put those two together, basically.
Yeah, just to be personable. You don't want to work for someone who's not who you can't relate to and who doesn't seem human, just seems like a manager, and that's it. You want to work for someone who seems, not as a friend, but as someone that you can rely on because they're a manager. They get stuff done. You don't want too much separation between you. You want enough separation, but not too much separation between you and whoever the leader is.
I agree. And uh, to give my input on that question, I feel like the most important leadership skill to have is definitely to be humble and to listen to the people and to listen to the people around you and to be very caring. That's what I feel are the three most important leadership skills in my personal opinion is to be humble, to be caring, and to be able to listen to people's thoughts, their opinions, how they feel. I feel like that's very important when being a leader. So I guess that concludes the second question that we have. We're going to move on to the third. What made you know what you wanted to do in the future? So I guess I'll start off with answering that question. Honestly, uh, growing up, going through middle school, high school, I did have a lot of interest. It was from music, technology, sports, a whole bunch of stuff, a whole wide range of different things. It took me up until probably, I would say, my senior year of high school, going into freshman year of college, when when I really realized what I really wanted to do. I knew it had something to do with computers, tech, and entrepreneurship. So starting freshman year going to college, I had uh, for my major, I had chose computer science and I had chose business. So I was a double major in that. So those were the two things I was really interested in at that time. Um, so the good thing I was able to really, as the years went on, I was really able to narrow it down into just entrepreneurship and business. And from there, that's really the route I wanted to take. And I was able to really just sit down and be like, okay, I can choose business, I can choose entrepreneurship, and I can implement my interest in that as well and make different businesses out of that. So that's really when I started to know what I wanted to do in the future. And I'm still figuring it out to this day. Um, so yeah, it wasn't really up until senior year, freshman year of college when I really realized what I wanted to do for my future.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people don't know what they want to do really, so like until they get there. So, whoever asks the question, it's just like you don't have to know exactly where you want to be in life to be successful one day. Like that's totally okay. You don't have to constantly think about what you want to do and stress about the exact point you want to be in, but you should, you'll figure that out as time goes, not just through school and what's supposed to guide you. Like you're not going to really know what you want until you're there. So
My thing would be, well, let me see. Freshman year, my major was accounting, and I realized that very quick. That's not what I wanted to do for a living. But since I was little, I've always liked money, so I know that would be somewhere in the business branch. Um, After graduating college, immediately I found a job in sales, and it's kind of what I've done. And it's funny because sales is not really what I want to do for a living, but something about it keeps dragging me back to that specific field. And for now, I'm just taking it for what it is till I find that next thing. I would say definitely the people around you are going to have an effect on what you want to do for the rest of your life. Like my mom was a doctor for 16 years, and for the longest, I thought that's what I wanted to do. But I don't really like science like that. Um, and like I said, like the money just brought the business part of me to kind of pursue that. But I would say keep in mind there's 50 things that you like that you could be really good at, and that could be your dream job. And then there's the other 50 that you don't even know that you love as well. For example, most of my friends like video games. I never in my life thought about becoming a what's that called? A game programmer, right? But I know myself and I know I'm not good with computers. I'm not good with coding and I don't want to deal with that with it for the rest of my life. But literally one of my best friends from high school, he's doing that. And I'm like, bro, like that's crazy. I'm in the business line and I don't really know what I want to do. And I'm kind of going with the flow. But you're literally going to school, Buffalo, to learn how to do video games. And you live in Seattle now, where they create Blizzard and all those crazy companies that do World of Warcraft and League of Legends and all of that. So, I would say try to find something that you're good at. You don't have to know specifically what it is, but try to find that feel and then go from there. Because somebody who likes dancing is somebody who loves music and maybe writing and maybe singing or maybe a choreographer. You know what I'm saying? So try to find at least the feel and then don't worry about it. Just keep pushing day by day.
Was everybody able to answer that question? All right, cool. So I guess we can move on to the next question, which is, what is one thing you still struggle with today? If anybody wants to volunteer to start off with that question.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, like, especially with COVID, I feel like a lot of people have struggled with almost staying positive in times where you have to work a little harder than you're used to. And when things aren't lined up like you thought they were going to line up. Um, So I think personally, it's just like, you know, staying positive no matter what the situation. That's important to stay positive because the energy that you put out, you receive. Um, but you know, when you start to get negative, you get stuck in those ruts, and that's not the most productive thing to do as someone who's working towards something. So that's definitely something that, you know, I definitely struggle with.
My biggest issue, and I'm embarrassed to say it to this day, but I'm kind of working on it, has always been time management and basically not preparing beforehand. And the crazy part is that my mom literally, if church is at 8, she'll be at church at 6:30. Just literally, I don't know. She just is that person who loves to be early everywhere she goes. And literally, I used to be 5 minutes away from my first job after college, and I would be late almost every day. So I had to take that in accountability and literally just tell myself, as a new day, you have push myself to wake up earlier to be on my job. So, and it's crazy because now I work at 9 o'clock, but I'm up at 6:30 every morning because everybody has a different life. I have a dog, etc. And that has always been my issue. But this year, I've been at this new job for almost 4 months. I've been late probably like 3 times, but taking into consideration traffic and all of that. And I'm proud of myself to say that I'm taking strides to improve that about me. But I'm still not planning ahead of time, and I still, for example, if I have an appointment at 10, I'll be there by like exactly 10 o'clock instead of early. So that's the one thing I'm working on myself, I would say.
I think with me, something that I struggle with still is patience, because once I start something, I just want to get it done, whether it's with business or like work, education. I just want to get it done. Even like if it's like, let's say we have something next week, I'll just be waiting for the day. Like, oh, can it come quicker? And I feel like patience is something that we all need, and it's the key to many things. So I feel like that's something I need to work on, and that's something I still struggle with today.
I know for myself, one thing that I still struggle with is I feel like consistency and discipline. And it's something that I've struggled with for years, like especially when it came to school, my schoolwork, like I would procrastinate like it was crazy. But it's definitely something in the last few weeks that I've been trying to, work on with also bettering myself. And I realized that the key to success is really all about consistency and discipline. If you don't have that, then you're just not going to get anything done.
Absolutely.
Discipline is just so important because even when it's times where I don't feel like getting up and doing work, don't feel like making posts, I still have to realize in the back of my head that the business is not gonna build itself. So it's the discipline that really kicks in, where it's just like you have to do it, you have to put in
Hmm.
the work, get the results. So that's honestly something that I feel is really important, and that's something that I've struggled with in the past, and something that I'm currently working on right now.
I would say that, everybody has something that they're not as good as. That's the aspect of their life. Try to create healthy habits to try to overcome that. Um, I saw this video one time where basically the idea came from the Marines, where like when you wake up, you have to make your bed every morning. And something really simple. People might not think that has an effect in your life, but as soon as you make your bed every morning, and I started doing this like a couple months back when I watched it, literally the first thing you do is you get up from the bed and you make your bed, and that's one thing that's done. That's one task that's accomplished, that's out of the way. You give yourself positive energy. Okay, I got that out of the way, it's done. Brushing my teeth is done. I don't have to do it again until I come back from work. Little by little, build habits that make you feel accomplished throughout the day, you know kind of like meal prepping ahead of time.
Yeah, makes sense. And we all, were able to answer that question. So